John, unaware, has passed his seeking. Now, Betsy, you've been led into the Grey Room. Agent Brown has led you in. You've seen him once or twice. Seems to be a liaison between conventions. He's currently liaising between the NWO and Iteration X. Any particular words with Agent Brown as you're led to the cell?
My demeanor does pretty immediately change once I'm not in line of sight of the other two. I play up my cover most of the time, but once it's just me and somebody else who works for the NWO, I go play.
Nice.
I did my years doing that. I know what to do and everything.
The memories of those early days of your post-processing, if you're aware, they are usually done off-world on some sort of horizon construct. More often than not, it looks like a space station. Yours, I'm going to say, was in orbit around Ganymede. You enter the room as he nods. A small sign of respect that you're not aware, but he did not give to anyone else as he let them into the room. Do you sit down and wait patiently, or...
Imagine I've given my real ID papers on me for interacting with the Technocracy, but they're like, you know the wrappings on a bottle of pills where the bottle's too small for a legal warning so it opens up?
Yeah.
I've got papers that are like that. So I find those in my stuff and set them on the table. This confirms my rank and identity is the back of this little bottle of weed. That I just wait patiently, staring straight ahead. I know how to be a compliant prisoner.
As you wait, the long day finds itself catching up to you. You begin to nod off. You have perfected the art of sleeping while sitting up. You haven't quite perfected the art yet of sleeping with your eyes open, but you hope one day to be able to.
It would be a great feat.
You drift into a dream. It's a familiar dream, but not one that you can quite remember having had before. That strange deja vu feeling. You are pulled up on a logging road out in the middle of a forest. Your beat up old car, its headlights blaring into the dark forest. You've got a notepad in your hand that has interview notes, Mothman sightings. As you take a look at the map spread out at the inside of the passenger seat, you note that you are on the right logging road, if your navigation hasn't led you too far astray. This is where the last sighting was. The person described it as quite a terrifying experience. It was left feeling drained and woozy for days. What do you do?
Swallow any rising lump in my throat. Whatever the pain, it's important. Is there a good spot for me to find a car to park as I'm approaching? Because I'm getting as far as the car will get me.
There's a trade-off to be made about how far you're going to be able to get and how hidden you're going to be able to make it. You find some deadfall branches and prop them up over the hood, hoping that maybe that will camouflage the vehicle somewhat.
It's a little bit vain. Who could really be chasing me? Listen to on.
The moths, for one. The fluttering shapes are gathered around your headlights. They're strange moths. They only looked like moths at first, but you look closer at them and they're made of strange geometric shapes linked together in a vaguely moth-like shape. Their triangle, circle, and trapezoid wings fluttering in the same way. You can hear a whisper that they make as they flutter around. The truth is out there.
I want to believe, but I whispered it.
You stride out into the darkness. Do you have a flashlight?
I'd really like to have a kitty little TAA headlamp that I've put a green filter over, because I think that'll preserve my eyesight. Instead, it just makes things look worse.
This is 1997, so you've got one of those 4 D-cell battery ones attached to a hard hat.
Ideal.
It keeps tilting forward and down as you walk, as it's obviously made for someone much larger than you.
Yeah, no, this is built for somebody in the mines all day. I am somebody chasing off.
There is a fluttering sound. There's something out there. You look up into the trees and see nothing. You look down again and you see this thing in front of you.
I definitely startled, but I suppose that is certainly a moth child at the very least.
It's human-sized. It's full man-sized.
It's Mothman! I thought this could happen, but Lord knows it was going to happen. I start rambling excitedly. It's in English, so I don't know if Mothman understands.
It seems somehow taken aback by your reaction. It speaks in a strange, fluttery voice. You know of me?
Of course.
You know of Magnus the cannibal. One of your sources referred to the Mothman as a cannibal, but you were never able to contact them again?
I say that I'd heard that you might eat other moth people, but... And Betsy gives non-committal shrug. That's the loosest possible believability of information.
Ever you think you know too little, and at the same time, it takes a step towards you. You know too much. It lunges for you, its mouth opening and a strange protuberance, a proboscis, erupts from its throat. You can see the siphon hole at its tip as it lunges at you.
May I attempt to do something besides save my own life? May I attempt to make an immediate picture?
Take an immediate picture. Okay.
Pretty out of focus picture from my side.
The flash startles the thing. It reels backwards, and you've got the picture. Do you run?
If it continues after me, this is premeditated murder. I guess I'm going to try and make it back to the car. I'll have to decide what I'm going to do once I'm in the car. I hadn't thought that far ahead yet. Just get to the car.
You certainly did not have the foresight to park it backwards along the logging road, so it would be easier to escape. You are kicking yourself for that as you sprint towards your car. You full-on slam into it so hard that you leave a dent in the driver's side door, yanking it open, thanking everything in the universe that you did not think to lock it. You're in the car. You can see something coming through the night.
What else do I have in the car?
Oh, what else would you have in your car when you were Mothman hunting?
Yeah, right.
Actually, looking behind, it has all the hallmarks of you having slept in here for at least a few weeks.
I have a job.
The map on the passenger side. There's some shoes and water bottles and snacks on the passenger floorboard.
My eyes glance across the Snickers, and in my brain I say, you're not human when you don't have your Snickers on that. I think I'm going to focus on using my camera here and shouting at him to please stop. So yeah, I get my flasher and my camera and I try and take a better picture when he attempts to lunge at the car.
Start to lunge at the car. Have you turned your headlights on?
Probably. He didn't like the flash of light, so presumably that'll be helpful.
Those strange moths are fluttering around the headlights and outside the window. You can hear them whisper, "They're coming!"
I think about how I really should have questioned those moths more early on as I'm desperately watching out the car.
As Mothman lunges at you out of the night, there is a flood of light from back along the logging trail. You barely flinch as the lights flood up the back road. The Mothman lunges at the side of your car, cracking the glass. Its proboscis sticking through the plastic-coated safety glass. There's that strange clattering, screeching, grinding sound of tires coming to an abrupt halt on a gravel road. Looking backwards out the rear window of the car, you see two people, two men in black suits and shades. They pull out their firearms and take shots, winging the moth creature. It lets out a shriek, pulls itself free from the car, and flies off into the night. "They're coming! Run!" The moths are telling you to run. "They're coming!" There's a knock on the window. The knock is on the shattered window with the hole in it, but nonetheless you see the agent standing outside. "Miss, I'm going to need you to come with me."
I'm sobbing incomprehensibly about bothering.
The agent will open the door. "We can do this the easy way or the hard way. Are you going to come quietly?"
The moths are still around, yeah?
Yes, they are. They're whispering, "Run!"
I'm going to get out of the car and attempt to jump at the moths to shoot them away.
With that choice, you wake. Your eyes snap open to see that space marine woman sitting across the desk from you. She smiles and says, "Nice nap?"
Been a very long day.
Your enlightenment increases by 1.
Important survival technique for technocrats to not show off that they just had a weird dream like that.
Indeed. "Agent Brown," she says to the door, "I think this will be more productive if I have all 3 of them. It will certainly save time, and I know that it is in short supply here." She looks back at you, Betsy. "Now, care to introduce yourself?"
Leave off of the table and show her the magic QR code. Say that I am a gray suit Betsy Caldwell of the New World Order, serial number blah 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 blah.
And rattled off the serial number. Well, you are quite the cutout, aren't you? Well, there's something in there that's setting that thing off. Do you have any idea why you're here?
Most certainly, I was given orders by my superior officer to escort Edward. He enlightened scientist McKernan to a reality confinement zone within the university to recover research that he had done. But at the rendezvous point established and escorted the young nuclear physicist to his dorms when we were intercepted by...
She will raise a hand to stop you. Yes, I'm not your superior. I'm not asking for a field report. Do you know why you're here? She seems to be looking for something in your eyes as she's asking this question.
I do look confused for a minute, trying to grasp at what she's going for before saying I'm an enlightened photographer. I'm here to take the best photographs of all time to establish the consensus of technocratic reality across reality deviant experiences.
Elsewhere, Oliver, the door opens, and Agent Brown is there.